Welcome to Sofa City Sounds, where you can't see either one of us tonight because of the glare on our computer screens. Um, Please introduce yourself.
Hi there, my name's Noah. I'm the singer-songwriter for Collider. Here we're based out of Hamilton and Welland. We're between both cities pretty constantly. Bit of grunge, bit of punk, bit of alternative. So I've been doing this for a few years and really excited to be here with Amanda and chat it up.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for coming out tonight, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank
So,
you for having me.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are fantastic. I've been wanting to have you guys on the show for a little while,
Thank
so
you.
I finally got the opportunity. It's
Thank
hard.
you.
I mean, we're booking out so um is that somebody popping in? It is. There we go.
Hey, Mer.
How's it
Hello.
going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad, thanks. I love your profile picture.
Thank you. It's
You're
a
wel-
little. I can't have my camera on. Is that okay? I'm
That's okay. That's fine. Oh, he's gone. It's just us again.
That's Mer.
Right on. Well, hey, he popped in for a second.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's our drummer. He's a really nice guy. He's phenomenal. I mean, I'm sure he'll talk about it too, but
right on.
best there
That's
is in the
awesome.
drums, man. So
Right on. That's killer. There's a chat up beside us that I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I try to interact with the
cannot.
chat as they come in.
Okay,
Some people see some weird shit and we just roll with it. So,
sounds good.
oh, he's gone again.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll figure it out.
That's okay. That's okay. Where do you want to start? Usually
I don't
that's the
know.
question I get.
Yeah, I'm good with anything. Like I said, we've been doing it for years now. There's been a few different like lineup changes, name changes over the it's been 7 years for me doing this all the way back into high school. So I'm pretty open to talk about anything, and yeah, I'm good. So
Right on. All right. Well, okay, so let's start at the very beginning.
okay.
When did you pick up your first instrument and how did you know
Ooh,
you could sing? Yeah, we're going there.
yeah, there you go.
You
First
said I could
instrument.
ask you anything, so
Oh, 100%. First
that's
instrument
noted.
was was just a beater electric, like a beater electric guitar.
Hmm.
My dad got it for me off of a buddy, and I want to say it was around that like 10 years old kind of range, and learned some songs, had to learn some scales. One of my earliest memories with that, I was at a hockey tournament and somebody brought a guitar and an amp, and I played Minor Threat by Minor Threat for the everybody around, and my dad was really hyped because they had a little distortion
Yeah,
channel on that amp, and
that's
he was like,
cool.
"It sounds so good." So yeah,
Hey, Rodrigo. Right on. That's awesome. The guy that just popped in, I interviewed him last night.
awesome. Hey,
So
Rodrigo.
yeah, I'm glad you're back for round two, man. So right on. That's awesome. So you started when you were really young, eh?
Yeah, pretty musical family.
Yeah.
All the way back to road trips and stuff with the family. Always had mixtapes. We'd always be listening to stuff. So a
Cool.
lot of my earliest memories are linked with some audio there. So yeah,
Right on. Right on. And what did your parents listen to?
huge range of stuff. My dad's favorite band is The Jam,
Yeah.
and my mom's favorite band is The Cure.
Cool.
Um,
So your
so I
parents are
came up.
cool.
They're really cool.
Right
They're awesome.
on. Right on. That's awesome. Okay, so how did you get from 10-year-old Noah to the lead singer of Collider?
Uh, just practiced all throughout the rest of like elementary school, and then I got into high school and I took some music classes with at my high school, and yeah,
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
no, my parents are sweet. They got some really good music taste that I'd say rubbed off on me. So,
Yeah.
but
That's
yeah, so took some music classes into high school, and then um, I really liked the teacher I had, Mr. Pickley. He was awesome, and started to get more passionate about it, writing songs, and then I met the original bassist, Sonny,
Mhm.
in the guitar class, and we went from that. So then I was showing Sonny the songs, and then we found a drummer, and that's how it started. So
Cool.
and that was probably when I was 16-ish. So yeah, and back then I could not sing. I loved writing songs, always have, but I'd say the voice was the biggest thing that needed improvement.
Yeah.
There are some clips of me trying to sing back then, and just wasn't the same as it is today. It took some time to kind of refine that.
Right on. Hi, Matt. How's it going? I went to high school too. Oh man, Matt's good shit. I met him in Toronto in a mosh pit, and we've been friends.
Oh, nice.
Since. Yeah, he's good stuff. He's in Cornwall now. Matt would probably be the one to reach out to if you want to play out there. He probably knows somebody to connect you with.
Awesome. Cheers. Appreciate that.
So yeah, absolutely. We want to see you guys everywhere. So I think I've seen you guys play at the Warehouse
in St. Catharines. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually our first ever show. Was there?
Who did you guys open for?
The first show we played, we opened for The Last Gang and Belvedere. So it was a pretty stacked lineup for our first show, and the Holdouts, which rest in peace to the Holdouts as of really recently. They were a really sweet Niagara band. So
I know. I loved them. Can you feed the dog, please? They were fantastic.
They were good friends in that band.
I have one of their, I have a t-shirt of theirs from 2018 or 2019. The one with the knife and the fly. Hi, Cass.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
So, yeah, I have that shirt. I've seen them quite a few times, actually. When I worked with Jillian Underhill at Willie John's, she hosted them.
Okay.
And then I saw them at Camp Cataract, I believe.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe it wasn't Warehouse that I saw you guys at. Maybe it was the bank.
No way. We did play the bank. We played there twice. I think, just twice so far. And the one was actually, if Murray can figure the system out and get back in, he played in a metal cover band that we played with at the bank.
Okay.
And then the second time we played with a band called Real Kevin, and that was a good night too.
Okay, right on. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, they're really fun.
Nice guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So what? Okay. What do I ask you? I don't know. I was all prepared to fire at you because you were like, "Yeah, you can ask me anything," and my ADHD precedes me, and now it's gone. all of it's gone. But that's why we don't plan anything, right? So that it's working that way. So, okay. So who are the other guys in the band? Oh, Murray's back. Who are the other guys in the band?
Yeah, so there's one of them, Murray. He's the drummer. And then the other guy, hey, he's got the camera on. Nice.
Yeah.
So Murray's the drummer. And then Murray's dad, Greg, is actually the bassist. So
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's that like, working with your dad, Murray? Nope, no sound.
You're muted, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he can hear us.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, he can answer us and we can guess what he's saying.
True.
It works now?
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah, so what's it like working with your dad?
It's really fun. I really, I have a lot of fun playing with my dad, sharing the stage with him. And because, we always go to the shows together, but, going to the shows together and having him play with me is just, it feels so much, I don't know, it feels so much more special, you know?
That's so cool. I love how genuine you are when you answer that, too. Because when I was a teenager, when I was younger, you guys are early 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want my parents coming to gigs with me.
That's fair.
Right? I grew up with my mom listening to disco. I don't know how I got into metal and interviewing and stuff, but I do have a secret love for Cher, though. So
hey, that's fair. Fair enough.
But okay. So why is she making that noise? I have a bull mastiff who's extremely needy.
Yeah.
Can you guys make sure she has water too, please? I have teenagers. Can you tell? So anyway, so what was it like growing up with your dad as a musician and getting influence from him, and then finally, and then getting to work with him? There's lots of
Well,
photos in here, too.
growing up, I wasn't as influenced by my like dad's music as much as I was like now. Like before, I was an electronic guy. I loved Dead Mouse and Daft Punk.
I went to high school with Dead Mouse.
That's so cool. I hear so
Really?
many stories
Yeah,
like
I used
talking
to
about Dead
sit-
Mouse.
I used to
haven't-
sit
haven't
in the
seen
donut diner with him while he wrote music and I wrote poetry, and there was a whole bunch
Oh
of
my
them.
gosh.
But yeah,
So
we'd
cool.
sit up for days and we'd line up nickels and try to not knock them over while we drank our coffee and pack cigarettes. And now he's traveling the world, and it's
Yeah.
so fucking weird. It's cool though. Sorry, continue.
But later when I started playing the guitar, because he always had an acoustic guitar just laying in the house, and I would occasionally start playing it or whatever. He started showing me what punk was like. I think Face to Face and like Legwagon and all those bands, and I was instantly hooked. Like
Grew up on
instantly hooked.
gold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grew up on gold. That's
And then now, like playing with him, I feel like everything's just kind of come full circle now. Like I'm like, I kind of had a feeling in my brain it would eventually come to this point. I'd be like playing with my dad on stage.
That's so cool. That's so cool. What's up? Yeah. You can eat it. It's cooked. It's fine. It's fine. I won't poison you this time.
Not this time.
Gotta have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
So, so that's really cool. So your dad is a big punk guy then?
Yeah.
Right on. And what about so there's 4 of you or 3 of you?
Just 3.
There's 3 of you. Right on. And what do you guys have out for albums?
So we put out an EP in 2023 called Cellar Dweller Demo. That was recorded in closets in the basement. Really just our first foray into recording and trying to put things out. I always kind of say it was like a proof of concept. It was one of those things that was like, we know it's not amazing quality, but here's what we got cooking. Helped us land some more gigs because people, had a little bit more to go off of than just, hey, we want to play. So, and then, after that in 2024 and May last year, we put out For the Space Age, which is a full studio album. We did it at Boxcar in Hamilton.
Cool.
With Sean Pearson.
Yep.
Great guy. Great.
So awesome.
Yeah,
So cool.
great engineer.
That's fantastic.
Super fun to work with.
Yeah.
And so that's 10 songs there. And then recently we just put out a cover of a Zach Bryan song called Birmingham. And we did that out in London with Ryan Izzard of the Music Farm.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's so far.
That's awesome. That's fun. So what kind of music do you guys listen to that people don't normally think you would listen to? Like what's your closet album?
Oh.
You go first, Mer.
Okay. Closet album. Honestly, if I had to say, okay, I can't pick a certain album, but I could pick a band.
Okay.
I love I just had them too. Now they're leaving my brain. Ninja Sex Party.
Where are they from? I feel like I've heard of them before. I know it's a
can't
tough
remember,
question.
but
I try to ask everybody because it throws them right off.
I don't know exactly where they're from. They just have so much enjoyable music. I don't know. It's just it's ear candy.
Oh, I love ear candy. Right on. That's awesome. What about you?
So Mer probably knows what I'm going to say.
Oh my gosh.
I am unashamed. I love Olivia Rodrigo.
Really?
The album Guts, specifically Spilled, because it's got obsessed on that. I love that album. And that's most people I say that to, they're like, yeah, I never would have got that. So that's kind of like that guilty, not guilty pleasure for me. Like, I don't know. She does it right, so.
I've seen Backstreet Boys twice. No shame.
Backstreet
No
Boys
shame.
are amazing. So awesome.
I was 14. I wanted corn tickets. It didn't work out. I begged my mother for corn tickets. Begged her for corn tickets because I wanted concert tickets for my birthday, right? So she got me concert tickets for my birthday, but she didn't take me to see corn.
A little different.
Very different.
Yeah.
But I can say that night was my first encounter at Maple Leaf Gardens, which was super fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then my mom and my uncle grew up on Church Street. So my mom and my uncle were in Toronto. So they were out partying and hanging out and bar hopping and stuff because we were staying at my uncle's house for the night. So we met up with my mom and my uncle when we were on our way out of the show. And I was introduced to Scott Thompson from Kids in the Hall that night.
Really?
Yeah. So that was cool. That was fun. Got to dance with some drag queens on stage. That was really neat. I was 14. It was lots of fun.
There you go.
So I mean, it was all innocent. It was all lots of fun. You know what I mean? We were on our way home from the show. It was a Friday night. My uncle and my mom were out, and so it was a good time. It was a really good time. Yeah. So now, not so much with the Backstreet Boys.
Fair.
What's the last concert you guys went to?
Oh, just went to one. Where was that? Oh, just saw Quicksand and Refused in Toronto.
Nice.
That was an insane show.
That sounds like an insane show.
Sound was amazing. So
that's awesome. Where was the show?
It was History.
I have a love-hate relationship with that place.
I know. The merch was insane, and you know why, and it kind of sucks, but I just support the bands, right?
I just hate the fact that Drake owns it. Like anybody else. Man, I don't want to give my money to Drake.
Fair.
Like he doesn't need my money.
He has
enough. No, he doesn't. Yeah.
But he doesn't need my money. He probably doesn't need any more fame.
Nope.
No. Not especially after the Super Bowl shit that Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to give him my money. But the venue is very classy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give it that. The venue's very classy. I'm not a huge fan of how high the stage is.
That's fair.
Me, because I'm only 5'5". So if I end up front row, I'm like, that instead of like enjoying it at a not neck cricking view. But I mean, I can't really complain. It's a decent space. So what about you, Murray? What was the last show you went to?
I honestly don't think this was it, but this is as far back as I can remember. It was actually at the History as well. It was for Periphery and Idola. So heavy metal. Yeah. It was awesome.
That's
so
my
sick.
fucking jam, dude. The heavier, the fucking harder, the deep, right? I'm in. I love that shit.
So sick.
I'm as obscure as you can find it. I want definitely. I mean, I like everything. I listen to that. Red is really annoying. I listen to everything, but and I'm one of those people who actually is like, I listen to everything, and then I scare my friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even remember the last show I went to. I saw Eminence just before my birthday. I was at the Phoenix. Who just played at the Phoenix? I just did a show at the Phoenix. I go to so many shows, I don't even know who I went to see.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last show I went to in Toronto. Can somebody help me out, please? Somebody tell me the last show they saw me at the Phoenix. I was with all of my really good buddies too, and you think I can remember? Paleface!
Oh!
That was so bad. Yeah, elbows up, and it has nothing to do with politics. That's for fucking sure, David. Yeah. Paleface Swiss was the last show that I went to, and what a wild pit! Oh my god!
Well, they're pretty boom.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they are. And I was just given a ticket to Guar.
Oh,
and
that's so
Static X. So this will be Static X, like, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe. Yeah.
I gotta go catch Static X one time. I haven't seen them yet, but I love them so much.
Well, the lead singer of Dope is now taking care of. Yeah.
Nice.
That's sick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I saw them and Mushroom Head,
What?
Static X, and there was a 4th band that I can't remember.
I love me some Mushroom Head. I can't.
Oh,
get off
Mushroom Head was wild. If you go onto my Facebook profile, there's a picture of me in there. Guitar player.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
I'll go look.
I've seen them 4 or 5 times too. I fucking love those guys.
So sick.
Yeah. So, don't bark, dog, please. She wants out of her room, and she's doing everything she can except for barking to try and get her attention, get my kid's attention. So she's still a puppy. She'll be 2 in June, but she thinks she runs the show. And yeah, Mushroom Head is fucking wild live. When they were sorry, I'm gonna do it. When they were playing, their lead singer came out and sang 2 full songs, I think, 1 or 2 full songs, standing on a bunch of the crowd's hands. They were all holding him up, and he was standing and singing on top of the crowd. It was fucking wild. It was so fun.
I wonder what songs those were. Do you remember what songs those were? I feel like they would do that for Blomp or something.
I don't know. I have it on video.
Oh.
I have it on video. I can tell. That's the best I got for you. Put it on video. So, yeah, Fosso said Faith No More. Did you guys know the original? I say this all the time. I'm surprised not the whole world knows it by now. But the lead singer of Faith No More originally was Courtney Love.
No.
Really?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Before Mike Patton?
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know it. That's so cool. What?
It was crazy, eh?
Yeah.
It is.
Pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
So yeah, I a lot of my music trivia is gone after my heart attacks. I lost a lot of my memory. But yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. You can look it up. I looked it up. I was fucking blown away. I know some weird shit now, though. All the memories that stayed, all the good stuff that stayed is like weird shit.
Yeah.
My brain definitely picked all the good stuff when it came to memory.
That's good.
So yeah. So what's a band that you guys would love to see live that you haven't? Alive or dead?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Ooh.
You know what? This kind of ties in with so Mur's dad was in Smoother back in the day out of Hamilton.
Cool.
And a band that I love and have loved since high school, even since I was a kid, because their music was always on my parents' playlists and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Head from Toronto. I think that would be really cool to see.
That would be a fun show.
Yeah.
What I usually get like big name. That was fucking what a great answer. That's awesome.
I love them. Our name, like Collider, due in part to Collide, their song off of Fireman. I love both those albums, Fireman and Jerk, and then Ozzy's pretty good too. I know a lot of people hate on Ozzy, but I think there's some gems in there, and so
Ozzy's the reason I'm a metalhead. Well, War Pigs is the reason I'm a metalhead.
Yeah.
So I know a cliche song, but A friend of mine and I, we used to steal her dad's weed and steal his CDs to roll on. And we didn't want to get in trouble for having the CD, so she put it in her CD player and hit play. And it actually stopped her dad from coming in her room and us getting busted.
Nice.
Here we are today. So yeah, Foster, I've seen Tool. I saw Tool a few years ago, and they were all right. They were all right. They're hit or miss.
Okay. Yeah.
Tool,
I know.
somebody in the chat had mentioned Tool, and
Yeah.
they're hit or miss. Sometimes they put on a wild performance, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah. Everybody that I know said Tool has been great when they saw them. So.
Yeah, but well, I've seen Tool and I've seen A Perfect Circle, and I can say that it was from one extreme to the next.
Oh, yeah.
Tool's performance when I saw them was they were spot on. They're one of the tightest bands that grace any stage, right? But like stage presence from Maynard was minuscule.
Really?
Yeah, he stood behind a frame.
Yeah.
He stood behind a silhouette frame all night. We didn't see him at all for the whole show.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
So I was kind of bummed. But I mean, the laser performance and the music performance itself was outstanding, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I saw A Perfect Circle at Opera House, and Danny Carey was their drummer. And after the show, the girl that I went with, her and I were standing by the bar having a beer. And Danny Carey came up and we were chatting with him and he bought us a beer and signed a bunch of our shit. And yeah, he's my favorite drummer. So he's one of my favorite drummers.
Pretty freaking tight, that guy.
Yeah. What about you, Murray? Who do you want to see? I didn't.
A Dillinger Escape Plan super show. We have original lineup from Calculating Infinity, then Mike Patton for that EP, and then I want them to do One of Us is the Killer live with Greg Puciano. That would be my dream
Jesus
concert.
Christ, you were raised right, boy.
That'd be my dream concert. I would love to see that. Him going like, ah! I would kill for that.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's awesome. I probably want to see Motorhead again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Greg would love that answer.
Yeah, Greg would love that.
I think Motorhead. Like I have a 1,000 favorite bands because I know so many bands personally, right? And when you know you guys on a different level versus just being the musicians that are on stage, you all become my favorite bands. But Lemmy takes the cake.
Yeah. Lemmy was special.
I know it's never going to happen. I've seen them 5 times, Damon.
Nice.
So it'll never happen again, but it's happened 5 times already. So
There you go.
This was that.
Yeah. So right on. What else do you guys want to talk about? What's your favorite dinosaurs? Yeah, we're getting into the good shit.
Yeah. Dang. Pull out the paleontologist in me.
I used to play in the mud too. That's the best I got though.
Mine would be pterodactyl because that's the only one I know.
Damn, bro.
All right, except for like a T-Rex and but pterodactyl as like my favorite name because it's like pterodactyl.
Because the P is silent. Because it's a pterodactyl.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah. That's why it's my favorite. Yeah, that was.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with an aquatic one. I'm gonna probably say the megalodon.
Ooh, that's my favorite Eaten by Sharks song.
Oh, you love Eaten by Sharks.
I love Eaten by Sharks.
Yeah, I love those boys. They're fucking great. They're awesome. They're actually in the studio right now. They're putting some shit together, and hopefully we'll have them out in the fall. I can't wait.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I would love. I'm excited to hear it. Like,
yeah. Well, so anytime you get the chance to see Ready to Die, Maddie from Eaten by Sharks usually comes out and jumps on stage with Ready to Die because Maddie and Rob wrote a song together. So every time we have, every time we have them out, they come out. So
yeah, that's cool. We love Maddie. We love Chris too.
Chris is awesome.
Yeah.
Chris has been like instrumental in like helping out Collider
Yeah.
with our first few shows, and he let us borrow his guitar head for our first show.
He gave us this too.
Yeah, he gave us the.
Thank
Is that
you.
the Laney? It is
Yeah,
the Laney.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. That's
Yeah,
so
he's
awesome. They're
amazing.
friends of mine, and every time I work with them, I get so nervous because they're so good.
They are. I know.
They're too amazing. No one
Yeah.
can stop them.
That's
Yeah.
actually where we met. That's where Murr and I met. Was
Yeah,
Eating
at
by
the
Shark
Eating by Shark show. Yeah.
Oh, really? Which
Yeah.
show was it?
Oh,
It was the warehouse.
Us Alike,
Yeah.
Was it?
Dustwalker,
Yeah.
and I want to. It's Sky Caught Fire.
Yeah.
Boom! Yeah,
That's
because I
what-
went with Aiden and Zach, and that's how I remember. 'cause
Yes. Yeah.
We have Sky Caught Fire headlining the Mayhem Metal Market in June at the Exchange. There's going to be 30 vendors, 7 bands, a tattoo artist, a reptile exhibit. There's going to be Sober Nation stations, so those of us that don't drink can still have fancy stuff to drink. There's going to be
There you go.
Lock Pizza from Port Colborne is going to come out with their food
Nice.
truck. It's all for $25, and there's
Oh
There you
wow!
yeah,
Is that Niagara Falls?
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
at that
it's at the
exchange
Exchange.
building. Yeah.
yeah. So we took over the Exchange, and it's 4,000 square feet. So we're gonna have 15 vendors inside, 15 vendors outside. It's gonna be a wild
Nice.
party.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so you guys should come out. It's
100%.
Burn the Castle, EOSO. I'm going to try and do it in order. Burn the Castle, EOSO, Pathfinder, Devils by Definition, Ready to Die, Catastrophic Hemorrhage, and Sky Caught Fire.
Nice.
Catastrophic hemorrhages.
I fucking love those boys. They've been dropping new music like crazy, so they'll have all new music out when they come for the market, and they're co-headlining with Sky Caught Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
gonna be
Very cool.
sweet. Oh, yeah, I have to go to that now.
yeah. Well, their drummer and their lead singer are friends of mine. I fingers crossed. I think their lead singer is helping us with sound for the market, so we're going to be spot on for that night. Everything's going to run perfect. So, but yeah, you guys should come out for sure. It's going to be a wild time. We're hoping for face painting too.
Oh,
Oh,
face
there you go.
painting.
Yeah.
Sold.
Sold. Absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
well,
we'll be
that sells out everybody, man, and it does.
Yeah.
Bunch of metalheads walking around with like butterflies and balloons and shit.
there.
There you go.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Adam, that's going to be a fun day. My brother just jumped into the chat too, so yeah. So Damon, you are in the chat. We can see you. So yeah, right on. That's awesome. Favorite cartoon when you were a kid?
Oh, instant Pinky Dinky Doo. Boom. I don't know. It was just some show on Netflix I used to watch as a kid, and I think it's like, I don't know if it's American or Canadian show or whatever, but if I had to pick one that was like not like childhood, like childhood where I could like still remember consciously, I think it'd be Adventure Time, just because I watched that the most.
Adventure Time is good.
Yeah.
My kids watched Adventure Time.
Adventure Time is so great. I love it.
So what
Yeah.
about you?
Because it was mentioned today for some reason in my house, it's top of mind. But that George of the Jungle. Pretty damn
Yeah.
Great show.
Watch out
Um,
for that tree.
I really liked Spliced as well, which has a cool connection because that's what Sean Pearson, the guy who did our album out in Boxcar, he worked on that show a ton. So it was cool to learn that he did that. Favorite one to watch now would be Gravity Falls. I love that. I love
Gravity
that.
Falls is amazing too.
Yeah, that's one that all generations can sit and watch.
Arguably debatable for my spot for Adventure Time. Those
Yeah.
two are like neck and neck. Two
So-
really good shows.
Okay, not to put you guys on the spot, but are you both under 25?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what my favorite is in the form of a question.
Okay.
Do you guys know what the Thundercats are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my
Pretty sure.
cartoon.
Thundercats.
That was my favorite cartoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rodrigo and I were talking about that last night, and we just went on
Nice.
this wild tangent about cartoons, and it lasted like 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I know.
Thundercats, Gem and the Rockers,
Mhm.
all those 80s.
My
So-
mom loves the Gem of the Rockers.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna assume that by your dad's musical history, your parents and I are probably close to the same generation.
Probably, yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
which is strange because for me, I'm not used to interviewing people so young.
Yeah. Eh?
Last band I interviewed, the last two bands I interviewed that were as young as you guys were Piss Rug and Convict.
Convict.
Well, I had Convict over for hot sauce trivia,
Nice.
and
Oh.
yeah, it was a long walk home for those boys. That's all I'm gonna say.
We
Uh,
are really good friends with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Aaron was just here today.
Was he?
Yep.
Yeah, he was
Right
just
on.
drumming for my other band.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
think Convict is playing August 16th down on Queen Street.
Oh yeah.
They are?
I think so. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should probably look at the sheet since I'm helping throw the party.
Nice. Yeah, they're amazing.
Like I'm less put together than I am. I know what's going on in my head. I just make it look like I don't know what's going.
I get you.
So when's the next show you guys have? Hi, Haley.
That's a.
May 23rd, right? May 23rd at Camp Cataract.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Who are you guys
Playing
playing with?
Kaputniks, Mendoza's, and Social Riot.
I saw that poster.
Yeah, nice and green.
What's the date of the show?
May 23rd. It's a Friday.
That's the weekend before the Bitches Bash. I can make it.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I can make it. I don't have anything going on that weekend. I will be
Awesome.
there for sure. Send me
Awesome.
an invite so I don't forget. Please.
Yeah, we'll do.
Definitely. Awesome.
We'll do.
What else we got?
May 24th, we're going back. So I guess it goes hand in hand. When we were out in at the music farm to do Birmingham, our cover,
Mhm.
Ryan offered, he had a little project going. It was a tribute record for Fat Music for Fat People, Volume 1. So we ended up as a band, we did Bracket, that whole 2-rack 005. We did that song. And then Mur and I did vocals on a few other songs, Just a Feeling by Rancid, Mr. Coffee, and United Cigar. So we were all over that project, and
Cool.
he asked us back. He's doing a Descendants tribute, and we just confirmed we're going to be doing Bikeage and Cheer.
Wait, we're doing Bikeage?
Yeah, we're doing Bikeage.
I didn't even know that.
It was just today he confirmed it. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yay.
Oh yeah, you're not in that channel on Facebook. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
So we're doing that. That's that May 24th. So the next day, we're trying to line up a London show because we're going to be in London that day. So
Talk to
maybe-
Andrew Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
Yep. Talk to Andrew Kavanaugh. He can
will do.
most likely help you out.
All
And if
right.
he can't, he can point you in the direction that you need to be in. He's thrown a few shows out there. He's Newfound Life Photography.
Newfound Life Photography. Okay,
Yeah, so he would be the one to talk to. He can definitely help you out.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what else are we going to talk about?
We are probably going on tour with Convict in July. Just a quick little run around Ontario.
I knew that. I didn't know if I was allowed to say anything though.
Oh, I might not be allowed to say anything.
Oh.
Oh.
You just have to make sure we don't. Aaron.
Well, that's
Jared,
allegedly.
Cornellia
It's
don't hear
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
it's going to happen. It probably won't. Probably,
Well,
we don't know.
yeah, I don't know. So
We don't know.
allegedly something might happen in July.
Right on.
But what is going to happen this summer is we're planning on doing another full-length album out of Boxcar again.
Cool.
Yeah, we're really excited to get recording. We've been tracking out some demos just at home, and excited to get back. Excited to work with Sean again. So yeah,
That'll be fun.
very excited.
Right on.
We got a lot of material. It's kind of the byproduct of we've been around for so many years doing this.
Yes.
So we've got this album, and honestly, right now we could record 2 more full albums at least with material we're sitting on. And
Songwriting machine
thank you,
Doesn't-
my man.
doesn't stop. I don't know. I don't know.
I get bored at school. When I live on my residence, I just
What are you doing in
right.
school?
taking space engineering.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of math. It's a lot of fun. I'm like 5 years into it, so reaching the end. Yeah.
Can you define space engineering for me like I'm 5 because I'm thinking planes?
Yeah. So I've had some classes on more of like the planetary stuff, but it's mainly like satellites and spacecraft and what their
So I was
payload
on the
is.
right track.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you meant space as in like in a space
Oh yeah.
or space as in planets, and that's why I was like, I'm thinking planets. So I need you to explain it to me a little bit
Yeah,
more.
for sure.
All right, I was on the right track. Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what about you? What do you do in your spare time?
Yeah, no, I'm a nerd, so
Me?
Yeah,
Uh,
all the way down.
I watch
After the awkward Brady Bunch.
I watch anime and do school homework and yeah.
What are you taking in school?
gonna be taken.
Going to Fanshawe in London for music. I'm still in high school.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's cool. I bet you go to Eastdale.
Oh, gets the cats out of the bag.
There you go.
So quick.
You guys have been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I was on my best behavior tonight. Oh boy. Yeah, no, you guys have been a lot of fun. This has been fantastic. So
Yeah, we agree.
Thank you. This has been really awesome.
absolutely. You guys got merch?
We do.
Where do we find it?
At shows right now. We don't have an online store set up, so at shows, behind the merch table, you'll find either my mom, my sister, or my dad running it. They come to everything, so
So cool.
yeah, they're the best. It's very family based,
Yeah.
right? So
That's killer. That's awesome. I love that. I do. I love that very much. Both my kids are musically inclined as well. One of my children's drum kits is right there.
Yeah.
And the other one sings and plays piano.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And both self-taught. I homeschooled them and
That's
I
awesome.
let them learn whatever they wanted. I didn't give them curriculum. Yes, they know math. They know, all the basic shit. But once we got the basic shit out of the way, I was like, fuck, you can learn whatever you want. So they can cook, they can pay bills, they can play drums, they can do anything. And it's all because I didn't give them a structured box they're triangles. They don't fit in boxes.
yeah, there you
They
go.
don't fit in squares, that's for sure. So yeah, it's the same thing. They grew up musically inclined as well. So that's cool that you guys have the support that you do. I find we thrive more as human beings when we get that kind of support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I agree.
So, I never really believed that go to school and go to college and buy a house and get a car and do this and do. Everybody else is doing that. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right? I still haven't decided what I want to be when I grow up. So I decided podcasting would be it. Throwing shows.
Yeah,
Well, growing up is a scam, just so you guys know.
it is 100%.
Yeah.
Total scam. I'm 42 and I feel like I'm 25 and I'll probably act that way for the rest of my life. Don't grow up wherever you guys are at.
Oh, I don't plan on it.
Yeah, don't. Mature a little bit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Being an adult's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Agreed. Totally agree.
So, yeah. What about
Yeah.
pets? What do you guys got for pets? Anything?
I have a border collie and lab mixed dog named
I knew
Mila.
you were a dog person.
I love dogs.
Something tells me that you have a golden retriever personality.
I agree.
Huge compliment.
Yeah.
I
is.
don't know if I can necessarily say that about myself, but
Yeah,
I heard a
okay.
lot of
He
people
does.
say
He
that.
does.
I hear a lot of people say that.
yeah, I knew you were a dog person.
I love
That's
doggies.
awesome.
So cute.
Yeah, no, me too. I love the dogs. What about you?
Love dogs, love cats, allergic to everything with fur. So we have had a pretty eclectic collection of pets. Pretty
yeah?
weird. So when I was really young, I had a hedgehog named Shadow.
Cool.
I didn't even know
love
that.
guy. No? Yeah. Dude, Shadow was the best. And then got a little bit older. My sister got a bearded dragon named Rancid.
Sick.
And then I got a bearded dragon named Slayer.
Love
And
it.
then we got another bearded dragon named Danzig. So we've had a
Sick.
pretty sweet selection of bearded dragons. They're the best. They're so nice. They're so sweet.
Yeah.
And then we had ducks for a bit. We hatched some ducks. And right now we have a frog. So
What's your frog's name?
Lenny.
That's awesome.
It's my sister's frog. She got it from somebody who frog's still pretty young, but they were moving away or something and couldn't take care of it any longer. So she got it, and it's cute. I don't know. I love those little critters. So
That's cool. That's cool. We have a almost 2-year-old bull mastiff. She'll be 2 in June, and you can tell she's still 2. And then we have a 13-year-old half orange, half Maine. His name is Martin because we rescue senior cats.
nice.
Nobody rescues senior cats, so we bring them all home.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And we have Ronald, who's a 4-year-old Sphinx. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Now, Noah, you probably would be able to handle having one of them because they have.
Probably.
But I don't know how much patience you have. So back to the 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Yeah.
They're very expensive and they're very high maintenance cats. And if they don't get what they want when they want, they will break your shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Ronald gets into some spaces. Let me tell you. Yeah, his name is Ronald. Because
Ronald.
I didn't name him. So I have a naked cat named Ronald.
That's awesome.
And then I have a 25-year-old tortoiseshell cat named Midna. My kid's name is Mia. My cat's name is Midna.
Midna?
Yeah.
Is it 25?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought I was fostering her when she turned 19. I was actually I actually did foster her for a friend of mine. She had moved to Brockville. I wanted to make sure that she didn't have any worries about her because she was worried about traveling with her being so old because she was 19.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, listen, I'll take her off your hands. She'll be safe. I've been to your house a few times. She knows who I am and all that stuff. So I took her. And I thought that I was fostering a 19-year-old cat. I didn't know that I was getting a cat.
Yeah. For over 6 years, eh?
Yeah, we've had her for 6 years. And because her name is Midna, she was named after Zelda. She didn't have a birthday when we got her. So we gave her Zelda's birthday, which is February 21st. So
nice.
Yeah. So, and then we have a whole bunch of fish. I got a 150-gallon fish tank in my bedroom.
Sweet.
Yeah, I like fish that eat other fish, so I got a couple of Oscars. I used to be a piranha mom.
Nice.
I have a black Moor that's the size of my hand. Like he's the size of my fist. Yeah. No filter, nothing. The filter broke in his tank. He didn't look great. I didn't think he was going to live. So I just kind of let him be and whatever. And he's over a year old and he's the size of a softball.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. And he just chills in his tank and swims around the skulls and yeah.
Nice.
So I like fish. I'm not medicated for my ADHD, so my fish will do.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, that's cute.
Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hamburgers.
I'm usually a hamburger guy, but have you ever been to a spot called Easterbrooks in Hamilton?
No, but I've heard of it.
Oh, best hot dogs around. I'll take an Easterbrook hot dog all day, every day. I love Easterbrook so much. Yeah.
Okay, so let's make that a rollover question. What's your favorite restaurant?
Oh man. Yeah, for just like around here, it's the staples. I love Hutch's and I love Easterbrooks. So usually, like my sister's birthday was recently, we went to Easterbrooks, and usually my birthday it's Easterbrooks or Hutch's, and that's where the fam goes. So
right on.
Yeah.
Right on. You ever go over to Springer's Deli?
No.
Oh, they're so good. They're over off Parkdale.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good. They're only open till like 3:00 in the afternoon. They're right by the Tim Hortons, close to underneath the highway.
Okay.
Yeah, they're so good.
Springer's Deli?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
So what about you, Murray?
My dad and I like going to this Vietnamese noodle place in Niagara Falls. I don't know what it's called. I can't pronounce that. And I don't want to butcher the name.
Whereabouts in the city is it?
It's like, I don't know the exact street names either, but there's a plaza. There's like a 7-Eleven in there, and there's like a computer store in there, and a Salt Rock store in there. I don't know, but it's amazing. Their broth is like, I don't know. They keep that recipe on locks. They don't want anybody to know it. Like, it's too good.
I feel like it's on the corner of Dorchester and Thorold Stone Road.
I think that's
there's a Freedom Mobile in that plaza.
Yeah, I'm pretty
sure.
There's a
7-Eleven. There's a weed store. There's a UPS, and there's
a UPS and a Subway too, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Subway. Okay, wait. Yeah. Hang on. Maybe we're in the wrong plaza.
I remember there's a like a packaging store there.
There's a Salt Cave store.
Like a Salt Cave store.
Okay.
Like a bit more in the back. You have to go in a separate kind
of.
Yeah,
we're both in the same. We're in the right plaza.
Yeah.
We're both in the right plaza. So. Yeah. So I was born and raised in Niagara Falls. I grew up between here and Toronto my whole life. So. You mentioned a spot. If you give me a landmark, I'll tell you where you're talking about. You're in Welland?
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot in Welland?
Like to just like hang around or like hang around.
Anywhere.
I think my favorite spot in Welland, it might honestly have to be Merritt Island. I just like walking the trail. It's very easy to get to the mall from there too. It takes you right to the bridge. You just walk down and boom, you're right there.
Okay.
The trail is very nice too. Water there, and then you get to see the dock. Sometimes you get to see people canoeing and stuff. And it's it's just vibes. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little area over there.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you in Hamilton? What is your favorite spot in Hamilton?
Oh, it's tough. I used to go, the skate park right by my house was like my spot for a long time. I really like the quad pad as well. I feel like that's got to be up there because I used to play hockey there all the time, and the little half pipe out in the back, I used to skate all the time as well. Like the Mohawk 4-ice pad. I'm so bad with street names and stuff, but it's like right on the mountain brow. Because I'm more like a Stony Creek guy and up the mountain, right?
Okay, yeah. I when I was hanging around Hamilton, I was hanging around like Upper Paradise area.
Okay, yeah.
So there's an ice cream store on Upper Paradise and Stone Church.
Yeah.
Right on that corner across from the No Frills.
Okay.
So I think it's called Paradise Ice Cream. They have pickle ice cream in there. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
It's like a dill pickle mint ice cream. I know it sounds crazy, but
hey, I'm all for it.
Pickles are my favorite. So dill pickle mint ice cream. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's probably like one of the best flavors. I ate the whole tub.
That's awesome.
I ate the
I gotta try it.
It was great. $17 ice cream down in one shot, and I didn't care. It was worth every fucking bite. That's for
There
sure.
you go.
So
Yeah, next time we're over there, I'll have to get some because we go to like Sweet Paradise there all the time.
Yep.
I think like their pasta sauces and their donuts and stuff. They're great. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's right by there.
right by there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's right by there. It's in the plaza on the corner, right across from No Frills.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So awesome. Well, this has been a lot of fun. We're coming up to our hour, unfortunately. But we can do this again.
Yeah.
Hey,
We can
we'd love
definitely
to.
do this again. We're booking into October
Okay.
right now. That's how far out we're booking because we have Ryfield coming up in August.
Yeah.
We have the Mayhem Metal Market
Love
coming
those
up in
guys.
June. So, Ryfield.
Yep.
They're
Also, they're so funny.
they're
They are.
fantastic.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. I've been very fortunate to do their 50-50 for their festival every year for the
Yeah.
festival at the Whiskey Pit. I'm the loudmouth looking for them. So yeah, and we have a blast every year. This year will be my third year with them, and they're fantastic people. All three of them.
They are.
There's three of them. Like Ben and Shane are fantastic, but Steph, she's the one who makes all the magic happen. Those two boys are fantastic at everything they do too. Their pad is sweet. Like their spot for
is.
guys to come out and play is great.
Yeah.
If you can get out to the festival, their tickets are next to nothing. There's 13 bands. There's food on site. I think the tattoo artist is coming back again this year. You get to hang out with my obnoxious ass for the day, so that's fun. But yeah. Oh, whose dog is barking? Oh yeah. Right on.
Lilo. Okay.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to go there, and I think that's when we first reached out to you because they had a couple of your magazines on a desk.
Yeah. Hey, shut it.
I opened the magazine straight to the Eaten by Shark.
Did you? That's awesome. Oh, it's awesome.
I was like,
My dog hears your dog barking.
Yeah.
And my dog.
I was
is
gonna
barking.
say, are they communicating with each other or something?
Yeah, they are. She's looking right at me. So yeah, you know what? Sharks was the last band that I got into the book. I got them under the radar. They were the last band where I was like, "Hey guys, can I write about you?" That's how I got a hold of them, or how I met them was getting them in the book. And then they played the book release. It was Eaten by Sharks, Cryphilic, Dawn Valley, and Temple of Night.
we played with a couple of those guys. So
oh, really?
yeah, we played with Dawn Valley. That was our first show out in Ottawa
They're my
last year.
boys, the twins.
Yeah.
I love the twins.
Yeah.
And Tony, oh my God, that guy. Want to talk guitar prodigy? That man,
Shred.
holy shit. If you have TikTok, if you go over to his TikTok and watch some of the videos holy crap, man. I know, like, he put.
I just put everything upstairs, Lilo.
Yep. I stopped talking as soon as I froze.
Okay. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, he put some veterans to shame. He's an amazing guitar player.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dawn Valley's fantastic. I love the twins. So I go out and see them whenever I can. They're great.
Yeah.
So, and their new lead singer is Zach Emmons from formerly of Pound of Flesh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I try not to say that name too loud, but Zach's a fucking good dude. Zach's fantastic. So, yeah, and he's great with Dawn Valley. They just recorded a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm excited to hear them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, well, we've hit our hour, which is really shitty, but we can definitely do this again.
Yeah.
You guys have some shows coming up in May. I'm going to see what I can do about pulling something together so that I get to work with you guys too. And we'll definitely do the interview again. Sometime around October when I start rebooking, I'll
Yeah.
pull you guys in again, and we'll talk about the summer and everything that you guys have been up to.
That'd be
And
great.
I'll be out for your next show, especially if it's at
Awesome.
camp. I'll be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll shoot you the poster on Instagram. That work?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. Facebook is probably better because I'm
Okay.
over 40.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
No, just wait a minute. So, okay, well, you guys enjoy your night. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if we have an interview next week. I didn't check the calendar, to be honest. I was super excited about the doubleheader this week. So, stay tuned for a promo, I guess, if we have somebody next week. That was really loud. And if not, we'll see you guys the week after.
Yeah. Hey, thanks so much for having
Thank
us.
you